Hey there, everybody. This is the Bones and Tub Show. We are brought to you by no one in particular, because advertisements suck.
Yeah, they do.
We are brought to you, however, by Catherine, Marie Doherty, Evelyn, and Agris Girl, our 3 patrons at patreon.com/bones and tubs. And we don't have, anything else. We're not trying to sell you a mattress. We're not trying to tell you anything about beard oil or...
No special food boxes or anything like that.
No.
We're brought to you, just like PBS, by viewers like you.
And this is the Bones and Tub Show.
The Bones and Tub Show.
And sets another day. Billions will kneel and pray. Anything to aid escape from the world so cold and gray.
That's a good boy.
And welcome back. We are back in the new year.
Man.
2018.
Oh, yeah.
Here we come.
I like that. I never heard
you
that
like
before.
that?
2018.
I just came up with it right on the spot.
Right now?
I didn't even hear it. I swear.
You didn't even think about it before?
No.
Just now?
That literally came right off the cuff.
That's a fucking t-shirt right there.
That lets
TM.
That lets you know we are coming in fucking strong.
Strong, yeah.
If Tubbs is coming off the cuff with something that fucking powerful right at the beginning.
You already know. It's like a pharmaceutical erection. It can't be stopped.
2018.
Man.
Let it flow through you.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I won't remember it at the end of the podcast, but I'll remember it when I edit it.
In the time we've been gone, we basically became Sith Lords.
I'm telling you, man. I've just now hit this new, I wouldn't say new, but it's a renewed view of like the law of attraction style life that I'm forcing myself to live into until it becomes subconscious. Mm-hmm. But before then, I had the view that like 2018 was here to fuck me in the asshole with a giant dick.
Yeah.
Because as soon as like the new year happened, everything was cool. And then 1/3/18, Grandpa Bones passed away.
Yeah.
And that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
So I went through that pretty heavily. And then immediately after like the funeral and all those things, after I got everything sorted out with chemical abuse and whatever it is that we do to heal, my son got sick. So here we are again, another couple weeks down. But
we're back.
Yeah, and with the law of attraction, I'm not going to pay any mind to the negativity. I create positivity. Clearly, all the negative came from my thought process.
Well, I have simply become after you posted that thing about Memento Mori.
Yeah.
It took me down the rabbit hole into a new form of stoicism. So I'm basically a death worshiper now.
Death cultist?
Yeah, the thing is, but that's the thing. If death is your ally, then you have no true enemies then.
Right. I like it in some ways, but sometimes I like to think when you fucking pass a funeral procession in traffic, you're like, oh, that lucky bunch.
Yeah.
You're not that guy, right?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. I wouldn't take it that far.
You start cutting yourself.
The thing is, like, I like to think of it as like me and death have become frenemies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You didn't get me yet. I started reading the Harry Potter books again then. So
okay.
I'm trying to find the Deathly Hallows. That's what it's breaking down to.
I get it. Did I send you the Watsky song? Remember Watsky, right?
Yeah.
The fast rapping little kid with a lisp. Mm-hmm. Did I send you the one?
I think you did.
Man, that song made me cry like a bitch. I don't know if that was because I was going through it emotionally at that time, but fuck.
Could have been like you were going through it.
I've listened to that song. I tell you, we're talking 8, 9 Coors Lights deep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ice Mountains deep, and just wallowing in my own sorrow.
I think we more or less we got caught in the doldrums of life.
Yeah.
Seasonal affective disorder definitely took hold of me with its deathly cold winter claws.
Fucking tentacles.
And tried to drag me down.
Suction dicks.
But then I found Memento Mori, and that kind of, believe it or not,
got you right.
It got me right.
Yeah.
Got me right where I wanted to be. And if you want to look it up, just look it up.
Memento Mori. I almost bought one of those today, actually.
I've been seriously considering buying myself a coin to keep in my pocket.
Because physical possessions are important.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't say they're important, but it's just it helps with the reminder.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You keep that thick ass coin in your pocket.
In your greatest moments, your greatest triumphs, you will feel that coin in your pocket.
Like, oh shit, I could die right now.
Yeah. And that's why people will love you more.
Right.
Yeah. There's a reason people love Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. He's dead.
He's dead. But yeah, no. New year, 2018.
I'm telling you, I read on the Googles,
Yeah.
as it were, even though my phone and my computer are both set to have the automatic search engine as DuckDuckGo, because it doesn't keep my information and sell it. I still go to Google because I'm a slave of habit.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I read on the Googles that 2018
There you go.
is the year of the dog.
Uh-huh.
Right. But I disagree.
Yeah.
It is the year of Bones and Tubs.
It's the year of Bones and Tubs.
We're going to fuck this year up.
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
You know, imagine, like, this is the start of the revolution.
Yeah.
You know, like in textbooks, like when you read about, like, you know, the Bolsheviks taking over Moscow and St. Petersburg, and you read all those histories, this is where it started. They're like, you know what I mean? Like,
what was 2017? Was it just switch it up history-wise, but just a little bit? Hitler's time in prison?
Yeah.
2017.
We are...
Now we're coming out.
Yeah. Bones and Tubs strike back.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to get rid of this child wrench.
Yeah, my son loves that
I
thing.
need to put it out of my reach.
He was in here yesterday when I was putting some new decorations up in the studio.
I like it. We're now representing House Targaryen, Stark Lannister, and the Night's Watch.
Yeah, we got all of them now.
And a sexy new Empire Strikes Back poster.
Return of the Jedi in the corner, too.
And a mammy, but we won't talk about that.
We won't talk about Mammy. But yeah, no,
Feels good.
it's a good year.
Feels good to be back, honestly.
Yeah. But,
I've been wanting to do, like I told you, my challenge that I'll issue you here shortly. I've been thinking about just doing it without talking to you about it.
yeah.
And guilting you into it later, but I felt like that was disrespectful and I didn't. So,
Okay.
I've been wanting to do like a vlog,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I've been stuck in the fucking house for the last month,
Yeah.
basically.
More or less like an SOS message to the outside people to let them know you need help.
Let them know that I'm still here. My beard is getting longer,
Yeah.
and I feel malnourished. But I didn't do it because every time I tried to, the boy was like, "Rah!"
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you guys heard the show.
Insert satanic gurgling. But I don't know. We're back in the studio for the first time. It's probably been over a month since we've been in here.
It's been a while.
The last 2 or 3 shows we did in the.
I think it feels like 3 or 4 shows. Yeah.
Man,
So it's been a while.
we got to pour more life energy into this thing.
Oh yeah. Well, this room, you know, I put some new stuff in it, some new visual stimuli for the eyes.
Turning it into the old. It's kind of like the 2018 version of the Dr. Doug Hurdy flag room.
Well, you know what's going to happen is eventually when I get a new couch for my living room because that old one's all busted.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that old busted couch. I'm going to put it right there in that corner. So then we have a casting couch.
Oh, yeah. That's good. It's going to be a good segue into that quick topic, too, for the show title.
Exactly.
Casting Couch Society,
Yeah.
you know. I'm going basically on what's politically correct, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to.
Or I will browbeat you into it.
You'll make me with your browbeating.
I will
Smack that bottom.
smack my fucking shoe on the table.
Whether or not I want that physical contact. But basically using the PC logic and the accepted liberal viewpoint, I was not allowed to give a shit about sexual harassment
Yeah.
because it didn't affect me.
No.
I'm only allowed to be upset by things that affect me personally or my class.
Yeah.
Well, now it affects me
Yeah.
because I was listening to a podcast, the Tim Ferriss podcast with Terry Crews. For those of you that don't know Terry Crews, you must live under a rock.
He's a big, muscular man.
Oh, yeah.
Big, beefy.
Big old dude.
I know Terry Crews best from, he was in the movie, Idiocracy.
Yeah.
He was the president in that movie.
It's good.
And I loved his character in that movie.
He wasn't in any of the Fridays, right? Or was he?
No, I don't think he was.
For some reason, my brain puts him in there.
He kind of looks like Debo.
Yes, but he's like a fucking
His
strong.
eyes aren't all fucking crazy like Debo's are.
He's more photogenic.
Yeah.
But anyway, this cat, he survived the NFL
Yeah.
without TBI. At least it hasn't shown its fucking ugly head yet.
Oh, you mean CTE?
Traumatic brain injury.
Oh, okay. I meant, the disease that they're getting is called CTE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know what it stands for.
I understand.
It's where it's like basically they get holes in their brain.
Yeah, from the hits.
Yeah, because you kill parts of your brain every time you get a concussion.
Right.
I mean, I've had like 6 concussions, if that tells you anything.
I'll visit you in the nursing home.
Yeah, right.
Nursing home?
Yeah. I'm going to be Alzheimer's as fuck.
I understand.
That's not a word, but I just made it up.
2018.
2018.
Step the fuck back with your dictionary.
Yeah.
So he came out now as a sexual harassment victim, and therefore, because he's a man and I'm a man, we both have a penis.
Yeah.
Of that I'm relatively certain.
Yes.
I'm allowed to care now.
Yeah.
He called out his agent. Right? So he survived the NFL. He has an awesome acting history. But it turns out he was at a party. He gave an interview on CNN. The only good thing to come out of CNN that since I've been alive.
Yeah.
Where he called out, the guy's name is Adam Vinett. And at this party, he was there with like Adam Sandler and a bunch of other dudes. Well, I guess this guy's like the agent for Adam Sandler.
He said Sylvester Stallone. A couple others, yeah.
A bunch of guys, you know. And he just goes to this party, and this dude starts like throwing his tongue out at him, all sexual. And he's like, what the fuck? And then this dude walks up and he just grabs his dick and balls, and he's like, man, what the fuck? And he does it again, grabs his dick and balls. He looks over at Adam Sandler, and he's like, fucking get your boy, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, so he held on to that for a while. But then he decided to come out, you know.
After the Me Too thing started.
Right.
Yeah.
The women gave him strength. I can only imagine what a woman goes through when she's sexually harassed in a casting couch type society for an acting job or a movie. But, you know, not to claim more pain, but you've definitely got a bigger hill to climb if you're a man to come out and say somebody, because that's demasculating as fuck.
Yeah.
To say that another man did some shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not trying to diminish what happens to these women.
Right.
And the thing is, it's like, and one photo about the interview that I saw that I really liked about it was the fact he's like, I get why it took so long for these things to come out.
Right.
He's like, because, I mean, they will fucking ruin you.
He said it was like being in prison. You know, when you're going to escape the prison. You know, basically the strongest prison that you can create for yourself. It's not a physical prison. It's the one in your mind. Right?
Yeah.
So the strongest prison you have to escape from, you're under the sexual harassment. He's got all these things, you know. He's got a history with feeling powerless as it is because of his dad being an abusive father, beating his mom.
And it's like, here's the thing, like, think about it. Like, okay, so, you know, you ask, why did it take so long for these people to come out? Well, the thing is like, think about it like this. If you're in a job that you like, this is your career, right? This is the thing you like to do. You know, my job is not what I want to do, right? But I do have a career. And it's this podcast, it's my writing, it's all those things, right?
Creation.
Now, here's the thing. If I got molested by somebody in the process of doing... I
don't mean to laugh, it's just
heavy. No.
Psychologically heavy.
Of pursuing my career, right?
Yeah.
I would, and it was basically one of those situations where, like, if I was gonna, like, make my big break, right?
Yeah.
And I could just do this and do my writing and, you know, do all that. And they said, basically, you're going to take this or you're not going to make it.
Right. So basically in about 6 months when we've all figured out, like, you're going heavy into the writing, we're doing heavy great in the podcast, we're doing vlogs, we're doing videos, we're doing all these things. We start making ad revenue. We start getting monies. You know, we're getting to the point where we almost can step out of our job.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, we are both fucking really retarded.
Yeah.
And we cannot manage our time. We need to hire a manager.
Yeah.
An agent of sorts.
And then he goes to feel our balls.
And then the next thing you know, we're getting forcibly finger fucked in the asshole.
Exactly. Like, and they're like, basically, if you tell anybody about this...
This motherfucker's connected, so
you're fucking done.
What do you do?
I'm not gonna fucking... You're not gonna get hired for shit. You don't play the game. You're not gonna... If you don't go with the game, you're not going to play the game.
I just lost the game. Matter of fact.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Okay, so here's the thing, like, and I get it, because, like, these actors and actresses, like, these are their careers. They love doing what they do.
Yeah.
They love fucking getting on the screen and making people laugh and all that shit. They love all that.
Isn't it fucked up, though, that we all, and I'm sure I wouldn't say we all, but I'm going to say we all, a lot of people enjoy the casting couch videos.
Yeah, but that's because the casting couches, those are fake.
I know, but
at the end of the day, like, It's simulated. It's like one of those things where, like, okay, so say, like, you're watching a fucking war movie and dudes are getting shot.
Yeah.
I think you have a little bit easier time watching that movie knowing that nobody died making that fucking movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were actual watching war footage, like, up close and personal with heads fucking blown up and shit like that,
Right.
could you watch 2.5 hours of that? And then walk away not completely, like, a little bit fucked?
Yeah, fucked in the brain.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
So, like, when it comes to, I get it. I get why they didn't say anything, because the thing is they're doing something they like to do.
Yeah.
Do you really think somebody who's making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, doing movies and TV shows, they really want to go back to a normal, like, fucking flipping burgers or making phone calls and shit like that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So I get why they didn't.
A lot of
It's
people...
like but that doesn't excuse the behavior
No,
whatsoever.
not
in
at all.
any last bit. It does not excuse it. It's fucking bullshit. And the problem is, it goes back to the thing I've always been about, is that certain types of power attract the worst kinds of people to said power.
Right.
So, like,
pedophiles in CPS, pedophiles in priesthood, you know, abusive motherfuckers as cops.
pedophiles as teachers.
Right.
Yeah, power hungry, fucking dominant, fucking
Power-driven institutions
fucking
definitely...
sadistic motherfuckers becoming police officers.
They're definitely... The institutions are definitely magnets for fuck-ups.
Yeah.
You know?
And it doesn't... And there's nobody that's immune to it. Obviously, Hollywood's not immune to it.
I think if you look at... And this is what I did after I watched this... Or let me backpedal real quick. The interview with Terry Crews, the reason why I listened to it was not because of this. Like, this was just a small side note in the podcast.
Yeah.
He only said one thing about it in the podcast. He said, and because I came out with the Me Too movement, I'm worried I won't get any more acting jobs. And I put that in the fucking back burner until, like, this morning or yesterday.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I was like, holy fuck, I had no idea this happened. But he gave an interview on this podcast that was talking about his success, right? He came from... I think it was Flint, Michigan. Mm-hmm. You know, in a shitty fucking house. He said his first memory is his dad punching his mom in the face as hard as he could,
Which
knocking her the fuck out.
that should never be anybody's first memory.
No, he was 5. So he talks about, like, you know, he wanted to get strong so he could be protected, because he's like, you know, this guy says he loves my mom.
Yeah.
And he says he loves me. What's he going to do to me?
Exactly.
So he was, like, lifting couches in the living room, you know, as a 5-year-old. But he talked about, like, he's like me, I'm sure you in a lot of ways, where I'm at least a fucking addict to these self-help style books.
Yeah.
Or these different philosophies of physical and mental growth. And he mentioned one that I never heard of before called the Master Key System. So I immediately ordered it off Amazon. Yeah. And it's crazy good. Yeah. So I've been going through that, and the more I listen to it, I keep thinking of Terry Crews. I go back and I hear this, and I look it up, and I'm like, man, this dude got his dick grabbed. He's a big, strong motherfucker. The only thing that saved this guy's life is Terry Crews' wife.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And that was another part of the interview that I found interesting, and it's kind of started to tweak my opinion about things a little bit, is the fact that, like, he's like, listen, he's like, what the fuck was I going to do? Punch this dude in the face? He's like, the next thing you know, the cops are going to show up. And
he said because he's an African-American, the first thing they're
going
to say...
Black dude, they're going to be like...
Thug.
Thug.
He's like, they'd have put me under the jail. And he would have been done for real.
So what does that say? Like, does that not like kind of feel like you, like, it doesn't take you to straight Hotep. It doesn't take me all the way there, because that's retarded.
No.
But it does kind of like tweak you. It tweaks the fucking moral sensors.
It puts you in the fact that everybody's a person.
Yeah.
You know, whether or not whatever mask you decide to wear. If you want to wear a mask of being a thug and a fucking piece of shit.
Is this yours or mine?
It's both of ours. I'd like to split it.
Split it. There's more.
Ice Mountain.
Road sodas. There's more road sodas. But, well, it's like, okay, so I guess we could segue into what we were talking about right before the show. And, like, he basically said that, like, in the interview, was that, you know, at first he didn't want to say anything because he was afraid that, you know, he basically brought up the fact that, like, if he said anything before the Me Too thing, he would have been browbeat into being called a homophobe.
Right.
And the thing is, and in a couple other videos I watched, they talk about, I hate saying it, because even, like, whether it exists or not, I hate the name. and that's the gay mafia. I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Right. Well, people aren't good at labeling things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're not in the marketing department of some successful corporation.
Like, I guess it's a good way to describe it, but the thing is, it's like, and they even mention it's not organized crime per se, it's political.
Right. It's organized power. I just got back on my point.
Okay.
So I found it interesting that his wife, 2 times that I've heard that she saved him for being a fucking retard and a fuck up. She saved him from this violence because she told him ahead of time, this is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And the only way you can win is if you just take it in stride. Do not react with violence. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The other time you mentioned in the Tim Ferriss podcast was like when he first got success.
Yeah.
Which he attributes fully and wholly to the Master Key system.
Yeah.
And it's only one line, it's in the first chapter, and I read that thing 8 times, just that page, because it's fucking strong. I'll have to look it up, I don't have it with me. But, anyway, he said he started getting all fucking, jazzed up because he's the man now.
Yeah.
He got out of NFL, he's acting now, everybody's on the A-list. And they're going to this party or whatever, and he's got a cigar in his mouth, he's like biting on, and he's acting like a fool, and she's like, hold on a second. You stand over there, I'll be over here. And he's like, whoa, I realized I'm fucking up. I'm losing her, So then he took the cigar out and started acting like a fucking human being. And she's like, that's my dude.
Yeah.
So this woman, props to her.
Is she an actress too, or is she...
I don't know anything about her. I saw her picture for the first time
I mean,
today.
obviously she's been around the industry long enough to know, like...
Or she's just a well-rounded, grounded person.
Could be, you know what I mean? But, like, it's interesting the whole notion that, like, back to what he said about how he didn't want to say anything because he's afraid he's going to be labeled as a homophobe.
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't want someone, without his consent grabbing his dick.
Twice, yeah.
Like, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like, you require consent, right? But because he couldn't say anything, like, I guess that does make them some sort of, like I said, it's not a mafia. I like to think of it more like, it's political, so let's call it, I'm coming off the cuff here. Let's see.
Go ahead. It's 2018. Get
Let's
strong.
say, the gay Gestapo.
Ooh,
there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing, like, that doesn't make him homophobic because he didn't want someone to make a pass at him.
No, he didn't want somebody grabbing his dick.
Whether it be male or female, it doesn't matter.
We're at a fucking party. I don't know you. I'm not with you. Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah.
How about that?
That'd be nice. Because, like, and, other celebrities have kind of tweaked at the fact that, like, a lot of these executives and people in power are using it to do whatever the fuck they want. And that's the fucking problem. There goes the pop filter.
Man, I don't even know what to do. But clearly, this is some shots fired at some shit that I don't even know about, but apparently there's a lot of people in Hollywood that just don't give a fuck about their bodies or their sovereignty, because a lot of these people that were mentioned through the Harvey Weinstein thing, Angelina Jolie,
yeah,
she got where she's at through Harvey Weinstein. I guarantee you he was doing some fuck shit, jerking off into a house plan or whatever the fuck he was up to, and she had no problem with it.
And the thing is, like, they would make or break your careers based on this shit.
But I'm not here to slut shame. I'm just saying.
Or like fucking, browbeating you, like we talked about. Like, this is tactics that they used during fucking the Soviet Revolution and stuff. Well, afterward, when they were trying to, like, consolidate power. Yeah. Because like, even within, like, the communist revolution, you had dissenters who were like, well, no, maybe we should do it this way. Right. But the problem is like, more or less they were like, no, that sounds racist.
Yeah, just to shut you the fuck down.
Yeah, and this goes back to our old Kafka trap thing. Yeah. Like, now we call it a Kafka trap, but no, this goes, like, way before the notion of Kafka trap or anything like this. This is something that the Soviets were doing to browbeat dissenters into believing what they believed.
That's what I hope with this whole movement, right? I hope, it started last year, but I really hope that everything in 2018 and forward, we can completely shed this bullshit, right? Yeah. I'm allowed to fucking disagree with somebody or think they're fucking up, or maybe even look at an area of people and say, they're fucking up, they're pieces of shit, they're drains on society. Don't label me as a fucking racist or a sexist or a this or that. This is the year that we begin to step out of the bullshit, because it's fucking mind control.
Enough. Enough's enough.
Bones and Tubs podcast said it first. Fuck off.
Yeah. Fuck off severely.
We're fucking done.
Yeah.
I keep seeing this meme pop up on Facebook, too. The Book of Faces, as it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how I felt about it before, but I totally agree now. Like, I don't like playing partisan politics. There's not been one politician that's been elected as president that I've liked since I've been born.
Yeah.
I like Trump simply for the fact of the trolls. That, and he seems to be somewhat more Americentric than anyone else that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
He's a dose of nationalism.
Yeah.
That we may or may not have needed.
I don't fucking...
To avert globalism, at the very least.
I could get into all kinds of shit about him that I fucking hate. His appointment of Jeff Sessions. Fuck Jeff Sessions.
Dude, Jeff Sessions is a fucking Keebler piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck him.
I mean, and Trump's kind of fucking stupid.
He is, but at the same time, he means well. I feel like at least he's playing the part right.
He's like your conjuring old uncle. Like he's
fine.
not like
it's fine.
Like
he's not perfect. Like I said, I'm not gonna ever wear a Trump tattoo
or a button or a shirt.
No,
I'm never gonna have a "Make America Great" again.
I do have a Trump button.
You do have a Trump button.
It was gifted to me.
Oh well, I mean, I don't think that's count. You didn't pay. Fucking tender. Right. You didn't pay legal tender for the button. You didn't trade for the button. It was simply gifted to you.
I don't even know where I was going with this. I lost it.
I don't know.
God damn it.
Roadsiders can do that.
They do, but they make us loose.
Exactly.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah. But no, he's like a conjuring old uncle. Like calling fucking country shitholes.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You got me. You got me with the shithole.
Okay, I got you.
So basically, I feel like maybe that's the pulse, right? Maybe I'm not the only one that's out there right now that's talking about, like, I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of this fucking Kafka trap. Tired of it all. End it. Let's fucking move forward. You know, the meme was that racism was almost dead till Obama. That's true.
Do you think it was true?
I do think it was true because I think that, like, think about the Factory of Sadness, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. What was Obama's first election?
2008.
Okay, so
that'd be 2007.
It was before the Factory of Sadness, but it was not before I worked at the first Factory of Sadness.
Yeah.
Right? And the relations between the staff members there was never based on race.
No.
There was no racial clique. Everybody was cohesive. Everybody was a brother.
Yeah.
You know? Brother, sister, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Yeah.
And then Obama came in. And then there was this groundswell of, racial division, sexist division, straight versus gay.
Yeah.
Now we've got 36 genders.
Yeah.
63. 60. I'm
so
sorry.
Who's
dyslexia?
Who's counting?
You can't get mad at me because that'd be ableism.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's
browbeating.
As I browbeat you.
Yeah.
It's goddamn ridiculous, and I think that's one of the things that we try to do here is point out how silly it is. We're calling out the emperor over there with no fucking clothes on because nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
He has a tiny dick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a clit. I'm not sure, but he's not wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Say it.
He's not wearing clothes. Oh. There you go.
Let's move forward. Come together as one. Call out the shitbags, whether they be white trash, black trash, Mexican trash, gay trash, straight trash. Let's take the trash out. Let's move it forward.
And it's one of those things. I was talking to Toe Beans last night about it. And, the road sodas might be affecting my memory right now.
As it will.
But I told her, I was like, moving forward, I said, because she talked about 2020, right? And who was going to be president then. And I said, well, it depends. I was like, it depends on the Democrats. It depends on who they put up to go against Trump. I was like, if they put someone logical, I was like, there's no doubt in my mind they'd have a possibility of winning.
Right.
And I put out Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii out in the mix. Because I said...
Yeah, ooh-wee. Sorry, you triggered me. Go ahead.
About Tulsi Gabbard?
No. Hawaii. But I'll get into it in a minute.
Okay, but anyways, because I said Tulsi Gabbard is a more centrist Democrat, and you could construe her, she's kind of on the fence, where she's I would say either a moderate Democrat or a conservative Democrat. compared to her contemporaries, right?
Right.
And I said, if she fucking ran, she'd probably win.
Right.
I was like, unfortunately, you have to put the demographics in there. She's a woman.
Yeah.
And she's a woman of ethnic background, which automatically, unfortunately, no matter what her policies are,
the power structure would love it.
People would fucking eat it up.
It just matters if they have a picture of her
but
eating out a 12-year-old or not,
but
because they gotta have
her
that.
gender and her ethnic background has nothing to do with the fact of whether I'd vote for her or not.
Right.
But because of what she is and the way she runs things, I probably would vote for her over Trump.
What if it was a, what's her last name?
Gabbard.
Okay, Gabbard.
I think
Paul.
it's Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard.
Paul ticket.
Gabbard Paul?
Yeah.
I mean, you never see it because she's a Democrat, but...
No. I'm saying Gabbard on the left, Paul on the right.
Oh, well, then I'd have to vote for Paul.
Have to.
That's loyalty.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing.
Hashtag loyalty.
I mean... that's the thing, though. Like, he is the...
You're just gonna vote your race and your sex.
No.
Shut the fuck up!
No, listen, because here's the thing of the day. Because at the end of the day, if you look at those two candidates, that's actually that's a harder choice for me than her or Trump.
Right.
Simply because, those are actually two candidates that I believe have the best interests of the American people in their hearts.
That's why neither of them will ever be candidates.
Exactly, right? Because the thing is, at very best, they're probably going to make her a vice presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Because that would look great for the ticket.
Maybe.
But the thing is she, you need to look her up because she's actually for a Democrat, she is actually pretty good.
I'll check her out for sure.
But,
I would say this, though.
But against Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, Rand Paul, he is not his dad.
He's Ron Light. I like to think, though, that if he became president, he would, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He'd be like, guess what? That was a cloak. You've been electing all these motherfuckers with cloaks for years. Well, guess what? Cloak's coming off.
Yeah.
Here's Ron 2.0, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Ready? First executive order. Getting rid of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Hashtag done.
And he says it as his fucking head just explodes.
And if people don't have any hatred toward the Federal Reserve, I invite you to go to Amazon and buy a used copy of The Creature from Jekyll Island. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because it's 2018. It's time to shed the bullshit.
Yeah. 2018.
2018. I did it again, guys.
Hate them. You gotta hate the haters.
Hate the control.
Yeah.
So back to this Hollywood thing just real quick before we continue on. Think of all the things that have come out. This is my moment of clarity. Mm-hmm. Bones' moment of clarity that I had last night at around 1:21 a.m. May or may not have been with the Ice Mountain. But anyway, all the messages that come out of Hollywood in the last year and a half. We've had Me Too. We've had Terry Crews. What's the other one that we haven't talked about? Elijah Wood.
Oh.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Sex rings.
Well, yeah, he's talked about that, and so does a couple others.
I know, but he was the figurehead, right?
Yeah.
I also watched a video during my time away from you beautiful people, the Bones and Tubs Nation, called Elsagate. Are you hip to this?
Mm-mm.
Ooh-wee.
Man.
Ooh-wee, Gary. This one affects you directly.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
But let's say your son, right? He's got a tablet.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe you give him a tablet. Maybe you've got YouTube on your phone, you give him your phone.
Yeah.
You go to YouTube Kids. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You're hip to this?
You know what's crazy? Me and my ex-wife were talking about this shit today.
Yeah.
Fucking today.
Man. I just shared a video of it, I think, a day or 2 days ago, because it calls out Joe Rogan on some bullshit. But I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Elsagate, right? If you've got a child out there, Bones and Subs Nation, and you just haphazardly want to maybe do some dishes or attack that fucking laundry pile that you've got building in your house.
Listen, we get it.
I understand.
I fucking understand.
You're going to give them that tablet or that piece of technology, and you're going to be like, look, YouTube Kids got me.
Yeah.
YouTube Kids doesn't got you. I'm here to tell you that we have had an upward struggle with YouTube as entrepreneurial podcasters because they will call out anything in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. If I upload a video, you listen to any of the ones with the rap song at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not monetizing these videos.
Yeah.
Because I can't. Because we're under 10,000 views. We're under, I think it's 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Even if we had those things before the rules changed, I would not monetize a video with somebody else's shit in it without their permission. Mm-hmm. They flag that fucking shit as soon as it comes up. Copyright. They don't give a fuck about pedophilia, though, because you can go to an Elsa video on YouTube Kids, let your kid watch it, any of these videos, Aladdin, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Iron Man, they have these little kid cartoons that pop up, and it's like if you go through a, let's say you as an adult, you're watching a fucking 9/11 conspiracy video or any type of video, it will continuously, YouTube will be like, okay, well, let me throw you everything that has that tag in it. And you just keep it going on loop. Same thing happens with YouTube Kids. And there's all kinds of these videos. They might start out watching, like I said, an Elsa video, Spider-Man, whatever. Yeah. And then it moves straight into a user-made video that's been highly sexualized. They have like over 15,000 videos of a baby, like babies. Let's say baby Mickey Mouse. Mm-hmm. Daddy Mickey Mouse is drinking beer. This is in YouTube Kids.
Oh, yeah. We were talking, me and my ex-wife, we were talking about today because Baby Tubbs watches YouTube videos, right? And she said she stopped using YouTube Kids because of this reason. Right. Because innocuous videos that are supposed to be on YouTube Kids are coming up fucking dirty as shit.
Yeah, they're fucking each other. They're beating the shit out of each other. This one that has got 15,000 copies, and they're all different heroes, different scenarios, but they're all the same storyline. You've got, like I said, Mickey Mouse drinking beer, Mickey Mouse kids are drunk, they're running around drunk, and then the baby falls down and a beer bottle is smashed and it's bleeding from the head. There's all kinds of like crazy things, and this is deep because the Elsagate thing, if you look into it, YouTube or Google Elsagate, it'll show you there's one video that shows a baby and then like 4 colors of Spider-Man head. And it's talking about these Spider-Man head colors as they pop up. Well, then they run it against another video on that channel that's about MKUltra mind control and the various colors that they use in MKUltra mind control programming to make you disassociate from sexual abuse, physical abuse, blah, blah. And your control word, it mentions your control word. So it's like showing these MKUltra programming videos to desensitize kids to these things and give them trigger words to have various activities pop up in their brains later in life.
Yeah, Baby Tubbs likes watching toy review videos.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's his shit. And the thing is, if you watch one, those aren't bad. It basically, usually there's a kid and usually a grown-up, usually a dad, and like they buy a new toy. And the kid like explains the toy. And at first he was watching them on like fucking YouTube Kids. Yeah. And then she noticed like these fucking weird Peppa Pig little bits kept coming up that were like not real Peppa Pig. Yeah. So she stopped to
just user created ones.
Yeah. So what she did was she went to her regular account, put up restrictions, and then let him watch videos off of that. But she still said she keeps an eye on what he's watching. Right. Like she doesn't just let him go to his own devices and watch whatever the hell he wants.
That's fucking good, man. Imagine how many people are out there that are too busy to fucking see. And let's say that they're watching one type of video that's okay, fine. You see it, it's cool. Yeah. You leave the room to do whatever. And then they watch some crazy fucking Peppa Pig or Spider-Man shit that's like sexual, a blood orgy. And then by the time you come back into the room, you got something entirely different.
Well, and then I heard about how like there's videos that they took down that were like exploitative of kids. Like lightweight pedophilia videos.
They said that the fucking comments of these videos are pedophiles meeting up to trade kids and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's one where it was a dad and his 2 daughters. And he like has them do weird shit in the videos and stuff like that. They took all his videos down.
Well, you can look at some of these videos too, these girls and boys, I guess. But the girl ones are the ones that I've been made aware of. And they have like these these girls that are doing toy review videos or whatever it is that they're doing. And let's say that a regular toy review video might have 1 million views. Yeah. Well, some of these ones with girls that are like running around, maybe in short shorts or whatever, that were produced by questionable pedophile, like you're mentioning. Yeah. They've got 20 million.
That's fucked.
They're not kids watching these videos. Yeah. And then you go through the comments and they're using that fucking back, not to bring it back from the dead, but Pizzagate lingo.
Like she takes it one step further. She only lets him watch generally videos from this same channel that are good. It's a good channel. Right. I think it's called Hobby Toys or something like that. God damn it.
Shout out Hobby Toys.
But Hobby Toys, shout out to them, I guess. Yeah. Because they're not pedophiles.
Because you're not raping kids in your videos in some way or another.
But she had to like, she had, I mean, it's the thing though, like it's a double-edged sword. Like, you shouldn't probably just let your kids to their own devices with any kind of electronic device for too long. Right. You should be watching it.
And you think about our generation, right? We had Disney videos that we were probably left on. Yeah. sat in front of a TV with a VHS tape. Now, Disney's guilty as fuck with this too, which Disney also owns YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So they would throw in like little clips of hardcore sex or like subliminal shit that had to do with sex in their movies. If you are not aware of that somehow, then YouTube Disney sex and you'll just be blown away.
Yeah.
But it just continues, and now it's more and more prevalent. Crazy. Yeah. Like, what are they? If they programmed us, let's just say that the worst case scenario, they programmed our generation with this shit, right? Mm-hmm. The programming on the television, programming the movies, and look how fucked up our society is now because of our generation.
Yeah.
Just imagine what the next generation's gonna be like with this fucking shit.
Crazy as fuck.
Crazy
as fuck.
Idiocracy, take a back seat.
Yeah. They're going to be all like, what's wrong with pedosexuals? I don't understand.
There's nothing wrong with a pansexual, you know?
Pansexual, whatever. Pedosexual.
No, pansexual is not whatever. Pansexual is all about that whole age restriction being nonsense.
Oh, okay.
Pan was a deity of, like, whistling kids off into the woods and fucking their brains out.
Good point. So fuck pansexual, too, I guess.
Yeah. Miley Cyrus ass.
Yeah.
Bitch. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like I almost want to do some lightweight Truman Show shit to my son, minus the whole recording thing, but like leave him in his own little bubble.
Yeah.
Like maybe when he's, say, 5 or 6, be like, guess what just came out? The Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they're selling those consoles like they do the Super Nintendos and stuff right now, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All the preloaded games?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've got one on Amazon. You can use NES, SNES, and Sega.
Where's that at? On Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
How much is it?
Well, prior to Christmas, it was like $40 or $50, and when I went to buy one on Amazon during the Christmas hype, it was like $100.
Now, is it preloaded, or do you have to have the cartridges?
No, you can use the cartridges.
Oh, okay. I don't have any cartridges left, so that's the problem.
Right. It is a struggle, but at least then you would have all 3 in one area.
That's true.
But just letting him like slowly progress and be like, you know, he's 12 and be like, hey, N64, look at these graphics. And he'd be like, oh my God, the graphics are crazy. Showing him pre-recorded videos of like things that happen.
You need to do that because unfortunately it's pretty much too late for me because, I mean, after, you know, I'm pretty sure he thinks dinosaurs actually exist.
Oh, I understand. He's at that age.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks like they actually like they walk the earth still because of Jurassic Park and things like that.
He's like a lot of adults that still believe they were there. Oh, I just did some B.O.B. stuff. I should stop.
Oh shit! Yeah, watch out for that. You don't
fossil fuels. Where are they coming from? I thought there was a finite amount.
Yeah.
Regardless,
they keep coming.
Oh,
secrets.
Some of the fossils turn to oil, but not all of them.
Not all of them.
That's why we have a finite amount.
Finite.
Even though we've never ran out of fossil fuels.
It's mostly plant life. Mostly plant life.
I think we would have ran out by now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
I mean, it's whatever.
Let's
not go down that. We don't. Yeah. It's 2018. We got plenty of time.
We got lots of time.
We are on the up and running.
So, what do we want? Back to the Hollywood sex thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's politics. It's Hollywood. It's power structures. You get these power structures, and you should not expect less. Yeah. No one should be shocked.
Absolutely not.
No,
especially in Hollywood. There's too much innuendo and there's too much like gray area when it comes to how they sign these contracts and stuff like that. Like, look at the Factory of Sadness. At the end of the day, Factory of Sadness is so sterile. It's so fucking like bureaucratic that it's virtually impossible for shit like that to happen without going below the radar for any long amount of time.
I don't want to ever go against the Tubbs grain, but just think of the power structure that's there now. Some of them. You know, maybe not the upper echelons, but the front line, as it were.
Yeah.
Some of them made it there for specific reasons.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Favors.
I'll give you that.
Certain types of investigations that are ongoing right now.
But I don't think it's as rampant where we're at. I don't think it's as
They are definitely more careful now, I would say, but I've seen it still going on.
Yeah, well,
now.
Yeah.
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 With the new breed of line worker.
Yeah. I get it. I see where you're coming from.
I don't know.
I don't think it's not like Hollywood, though.
I joke with Mother Martin all the time that if I was of a different gender, let's just say it this way and see if you get what I'm saying, I'd sit on somebody's lap to make it to the top. True
story.
Thug life.
Yeah.
I might be running shit if I had a vagina. Yeah. But I might also have herpes.
Control the fucking world. They don't have to know that.
No.
Fuck. But no, I don't know. I mean, is the Me Too thing a problem that goes beyond regular. Does it go beyond Hollywood?
Originally, I thought it was just a call for fucking attention. It was more of this fucking feel-bad white guy type stuff. But I really think that it's just, if you use it as a whole, now, like I said, that I'm allowed to pay attention because Terry Crews called it out. I think it's actually just them coming forward with the pervasiveness of this power structure of casting couch society.
But, I mean, like, beyond Hollywood, though.
I think anything that has to do with a large transference of power from someone who has historically had power to someone who is trying to get power.
It's possible.
It's definitely there.
Okay. I can see your point in that.
You're coming in for that interview, no matter if it's a politician, if it's a fucking actor, actress, if it's anything.
So it's not
high-level corporation.
It's not a local problem,
No.
then. It's definitively a cultural problem, then.
Right. Porn will show you the trueness of society with the fact that there is a overabundance of secretary videos, casting couch videos. While a lot of these are fake, the idiom is still the same.
Yeah. And, even take it a step further, look at, like, the classic porno trope of the plumber coming to fix the pipes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like
this for that, quid pro quo.
And that's the thing, and that is quid pro quo, because then you put it into a situation where you have somebody who has been paid for services.
Right.
So the person who is paid for services has power over them.
In my mind, though, that's totally okay if you are a willing participant. If you are willing to trade this for that, that's cool. But if you are being forced...
But here's the thing, though. Like, and this is where a lot of the Me Too stuff is coming, is where they're trying to get at, is that, like, if you're in any position of power, you shouldn't be advocating with sex for somebody because you already have power over them.
Right.
It's just like the factory of sadness, right? If you get caught trying to get favor, well, not favor, if you get caught trying to exploit one of the wards of the factory of sadness, you will be charged with rape. Right. Because you have a point of power over them.
Yeah, they are wards. You're ward.
So by that logic, even the plumber coming to fix the pipes,
right,
that person already has power over them.
Maybe even deliver milk.
So that's the thing, though. So where do we draw the line here? Like, where does consent begin and rape begin?
Well, I think in regular society it's different, but the ward scenario, once you have that tag of ward, it's over.
Yeah.
There is no consent.
But the thing is, like, go beyond board. Just power.
Right.
You know what I mean? Say, like, I'm sure this is played out in a porno scenario, too. You are a person who is having house built, and you've contracted people to build said house. And you go to make sure the house is being built properly, and you have sex with the contractor. Okay? If you don't have sex, if they don't have sex with you, or they refuse your advances, if you, like, suddenly terminate their contract, is that not in its own way? Like, that, you get what I'm saying?
I do. It's heavy.
So, like, where does the whole, like, if like, there's just tiers of power over and over again, when does it become normal to ask somebody for sex?
I think I have the response that will be the answer to the question that might get rid of all this entirely.
Okay.
Legalize prostitution.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's like, this is I'm going to say it. I don't know if you're ready for this because I have not talked to you about it, but Joe Rogan's shill ass said this first. If you want to know more about Joe Rogan being a shill, go to the Bones and Tubs Facebook page and watch the video at the time mark in which I told Dr. Doug Hurdy about it.
Okay.
Because he completely calls himself out on camera saying that he will lie to his own mother for this reason.
Okay.
But anyway, he said the same thing. It made a lot of sense to me. That if you look at Harvey Weinstein, right? Mm-hmm. Clearly that dude was not getting any play in his regular life.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like a goddamn troll.
Warded up pig.
He looked like fucking Shrek.
Yeah. So when he got into a position of power, that natural level of testosterone and sexual want turned into an unnatural tornado of sexual rape, basically. Because he had a power position that he could pivot to cover up his fucking disgusting figure and personality in order to get that dealt with. Yeah. If you had a legalized prostitution system, all these kids, they even mentioned in that shill-ass Joe Rogan podcast about it, where he's like, school shootings. You know, a lot of these guys say in their death note, like, it's because I wasn't getting any play. These women thought I was disgusting. All I wanted to do, it was just an outlet of the fucking testosterone.
So, like,
psychosis.
You think school shootings or mass shootings in general are the notion of men not being able to have sex?
Well, let's think about it this way. What's the strongest social joke right now, in my mind at least, of a strong religious institution, right? So Muslims committing acts of suicide bombing and murder in the act of jihad. What's their promise in the afterlife?
40 virgins or whatever.
72 virgins.
72 I fucked it up.
I mean, come on. That's an old-ass institution that has not changed.
Yeah.
These guys are coming, they're drawn to it. It's the power structure. It's a magnet.
So that's our grand motivation.
They're going to kill themselves.
As men, at least. Like,
they're going to give themselves they're going to strap up with a bomb to kill themselves for the promise of 72 virgins in the afterlife.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I think maybe, it's a possibility that prostitution would help with that.
Fuck yeah.
But at the same time, we still go back to the notions of power and structure.
Then you can play that power role out. That whole BDSM thing is a strong. You could fucking pay somebody
that are willing to do it.
They have an institution that is set up. You go there, you seek it, you work out a contract with them, and
there's no legal consequences for it.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing, and that's the thing of today. Like, here's the thing. Like, objectively, I completely agree with you. Prostitution should be legal. Now, and this kind of ties into my more ambiguous way of thinking about abortion as well. Like, it should be legal, but in my own personal life and my own personal experience, I would not advocate for it. The same thing goes for anybody I know. I would never advocate for them to be a prostitute. Right. Because the thing is basically when you become a prostitute, you've given up on the ability to think that you are good at anything.
Right, but I mean, we even both have known people in our lives that their number one love and true enjoyment in life has been sex service. Whether or not for money or not, but they may not have any other marketable skills. That might be the thing. That may, it might be, if you put it on the table as an option for employment, it would then be looked at no differently than going as a trade plumber.
Well, it's like back in the Wild West. When you file taxes and you're a prostitute, you file in places where it was legal still, or they were still territory, so technically there was no law. You file as a courtesan. Mm-hmm. Same difference. You file as a prostitute. You file as a courtesan.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, legalizing prostitution is in the same vein as anything else when it comes to black markets. Is if you bring it into the regular market, you get rid of the criminal element within it.
For sure.
All criminal elements.
Clean it up a bit. Yeah.
No more dirty pimps.
Just like we talked about before with the drug war. You end the drug war, you end the criminal mastermind behind it.
Exactly.
Increased quality, protection. Silly. It's silly that we've been asleep at the wheel so long that we just allow these power structures to exist. Mm-hmm. One as if we all came together, we could destroy them tomorrow.
I think we listened to religious zealots too long and didn't let logic prevail.
Allahu Akbar.
I'm not even talking about them either.
I just used it as a gateway for me to say it because it makes me laugh.
We've dealt with religious zealots in the West for a good time now. We should know how to take care of them by now.
What was that guy's name that was he a TV preacher? He was like some real famous preacher, I want to say Baptist type, and he was all anti-homosexual and all this.
And then he got caught
smoking methamphetamine with a fucking male prostitute in a cabin.
Nice.
Ooh-wee.
Nice.
Ooh-wee, Gary.
Nice.
One more time. The dick is really, I wouldn't say the dick, but the sex drive is what's driving a lot of this madness.
You think so?
Yeah. How many times have you ever been in the position where you were feeling some type of way, crazy, not productive to your current socioeconomic status, and then you went and punched the munchkin one time and you were like, oh, okay, I'm cool now.
Oh, yeah. It definitely clears the air.
Yeah. They say that's why the T-Rex went extinct, because he couldn't reach his dick.
I don't deny that possibility. I mean, here's the thing, like, not to get too blue, but that's the truth. I mean, sometimes it's like, here's the thing. I'm going to take this a different way, and it's going to sound weird when I say it.
That's fine.
But think about this. I think of it not in the same sense as parenting, but it's the same logic, okay? say your baby's crying, right?
Yeah.
And you feed it because you think maybe it's hungry. And it doesn't stop crying, so you change its diaper.
Right.
And that doesn't work. So then you cuddle it. Then you do all this stuff. Finally, something works, right?
Eventually.
When it comes to the creative process or thinking in general, if you find yourself in a place of a fog, you're going to attempt to do things to get rid of the fog.
Make it stop.
So you're going to do all these things. You think of your genitals like some sort of fucking...
Punching bag.
Man. Yeah, let's say punching bag, because my other analogy was going to sound fucking bad. And you just figure out some sort of way to figure out what you need to do to center yourself again.
Right.
And I think masturbation is a healthy way to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
2018, hashtag legalize prostitution, destroy the power structures.
Hashtag beat that meat.
That's why it's not legal.
Yeah.
Because it's not conducive to the power structure.
Yeah.
Here we are, saying things that are common sense.
Are we about ready to wrap this first episode up? It's about that time.
It's good.
So, thank you for coming back in 2018.
Yes.
To the Bones of the Tub show. We'll be with you the rest of the year.
I missed you. We missed you.
We missed you a lot. We really did. We were rolling around trying to figure out how to do this. A lot of stuff just, things happen. You know what I mean? So,
sorry, I didn't shush you. I was trying to interrupt, which is just as rude.
We'd like to thank you all for listening. We'd like to thank Ryan Simpson for letting him... Damn, did I fuck it up? Letting us use his music on the show.
There you go.
There you go. It's been so long,
If you like this and you listen to it, don't tell us you like it. Smash the like button. Hit the like button.
Comment.
Share it. Hit the share button. You can do it.
Share it. Comment.
Help 2018 not be the year of the dog like some silly Chinese proverb, but make it the year of Bones and Tubs.
Yeah. And make it a good year to remember.
Right. Facebook.com/Bones and Tubs. Instagram.com/Bones and Tubs. Patreon.com/Bones and Tubs.
Oh!
We're basically everywhere.
Yeah. We are everywhere.
Like we're in your car right now. We're in your ears. We're everywhere.
We want to infect people with our awesomeness.
Help us infect people with our delicious thought virus.
Okay, so thank you all for listening. We hope you tune in next time. It should be next week, like always.
Should be, will be.
Will be,
It
yes.
is.
And we hope to see you next time.
We love you.
We really do.